Hello everyone, in this video we will be installing WordPress on XAMPP. Since we are done installing XAMPP, we are now ready to install WordPress and create our local site. All we need to do now is visit wordpress.org by opening our browser and download the WordPress. So let's go ahead and proceed to wordpress.org, and here it is. Get WordPress, and you will have these options. Recommended version is 7.4 or greater. Since we're using 8.0, this is really okay. And let's go ahead and press the download WordPress 6.0.2, and here it is. It is done. Let's open the file, close the browser, and let's extract this file. So let's extract all and extract. So right now it is extracting the files. Now we can head over to our XAMPP installation folder and paste the WordPress folder that we just extracted. Okay, in here, once this is done, we can move the folder to the right directory. So let's open this ahead of time, and let's scroll up. Okay, so it should be on this folder. Alright, so any WordPress files should be put on this folder, htdocs. This is similar to http.www in your live server. Since we're using the local host to host our WordPress, then it will be on this folder, htdocs. Let's open it, and let's move the WordPress file after this is complete. So let's wait for it. It is currently extracting the WordPress files. Alright, so this is the folder that we need to move. So right click and show more options, and let's cut this or just copy. If you want to create more, then you just need to copy it. And let's go back to XAMPP htdocs folder and paste it in here. So this is the time to rename your WordPress folder. We'll make it simple to remember. So we'll be using something like my blog, and it will be okay. Here it is, and it's done. Let's rename this now to, instead of WordPress, I will be using my simple blog. You can rename this any name you like my travel blog or whatever. It is up to you. So in this example, I'm just going to use my blog. Right, it's done. And before we can run our local site, we need to create a database first. So let's minimize this and open a browser again, and in this, don't show this message, and go to your local host dashboard and php my admin. So let's create a database. So in here, what you need to do is click the database tab and name your database. So I'm just going to use the same name. You can name it whatever you like, but I prefer naming this as DB my blog. Okay, like that. And create. There's no need to change this, but if you want to, you can customize this. Let's just use collation and create. There you have it. DB my blog has been created. We have successfully created our first database that we can use in our WordPress site. Now let's move on to the next step, and that is accessing our website locally. So let's type in localhost and make sure to type in the name of your blog. This name comes from here, htdocs and the WordPress that we renamed earlier. So instead of WordPress, we rename it to my blog to specify that this is our blog. So to access this in our browser, in our local server, we just need to type in localhost, then my blog, and press enter. Now this page will let us configure our WordPress setup. So English, if you are using different language like this one here, then just scroll down, look for your language, and let's say Espanol, France, and so on. I choose English, and okay, let's go. So DB name, make sure that it will have the same database name. Since if we check on here, we specify DB my blog, so let's put that in here as well. So make sure that the database is the same with what we had created in here. So DB my blog, and it should be DB my blog as well. And for the username and password, since we did not specify this upon creating the database, so the username default will be root, and the password should leave blank, empty, and the database host is localhost, so there's no need to change that. Prefix, if you're going to run multiple WordPress, as you can see in here, if you're running multiple WordPress, then you can change the second one to WWP or WW, it's up to you. But since we're using just one WordPress right now, then I will leave the default WP underscore and submit. Alright, Sparky, you've made it through this part. The installation was complete. Let's run the installation and it should work. So now let's proceed to the next step. And in this page, WordPress will tell us what will be our site title, a username and password, and then your email. So this is important if you're going to access your WordPress admin. So make sure to save this in your notepad, and let's name our site my blog site, and username, let's just make it simple, admin. But as you can see here, usernames can have only alphanumeric. Okay, you can follow this guide here, but I prefer just using the admin, and the password is randomly created for us. So I'm just going to copy this, and let's create my blog WordPress. Okay, and let me save it here. So the password, okay, and that's okay, admin, username and password. So username and then password, and also the location. Okay, it should be my blog, and let's put this one here as well, admin. Okay, that's cool. And your email, this is actually if you're going to forgot your password, then you can use the email in here to send you your password. But since we are using locally, then there's no need to. But you cannot continue or proceed to the next step without specifying your email. So let's just randomly put something in here like random@yahoo.com. It doesn't matter at all. And discourage search engines. This is if you don't want your site to be visible online, then just hit the discourage search engines from indexing the site. I'll just leave that as default. Install WordPress, and your browser will try to save your username and password. And if you're the only one who's using this, then you can save it. Since I'm the only user for this computer, so I'll save it and log in. Okay, there you go. So it's auto-populated for us. There's no need for me to type in my username and password. It has been saved in my browser. Okay, log in. And there you have it. So installing WordPress in XAMPP is not difficult or time consuming, but a little bit tricky if you're not familiar with the process. So I hope that this tutorial is helpful for you to create your first local site, so you can practice and learn more. So we'll talk more about the functionalities of this menu in here. So that's it for this video, and I hope that you have learned something. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.